Hi there guys, welcome to Such Is Life, a channel dedicated to exploring the mysteries and complexities of life and philosophy revolving around it. On this channel, we will delve into a variety of topics related to life and how we live it, including personal growth, relationships, and the search for meaning and purpose. Whether you are a seasoned philosopher or just starting to think about the big questions in life, we hope you will join us on this journey of discovery and self-exploration. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the mysteries of life together. Today we ask AI to take a look at a standard human life. We ask the question, why is life so forgettable? Why do we spend so much time going through the motions, only to have the most memorable moments slip through our fingers like sand? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and thinkers for centuries, and one that continues to elude a simple answer. Perhaps part of the reason lies in the very nature of our existence. We are finite beings, born into a world that is constantly changing and evolving. Our lives are marked by time, and with each passing moment, we move inexorably towards our eventual end. It's a sobering thought, but one that underscores the importance of living fully in the present moment. But what is it about those short-lived peaks that make them so memorable? Is it the intensity of the experience itself, or is it something deeper? Maybe it's the fact that these moments challenge us to grow and evolve, to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. Or perhaps it's the sense of connection and community that we feel when we share these experiences with others. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day routine of life, to lose sight of the bigger picture and forget what really matters. But when we take a step back and reflect on the moments that have shaped us, that have left an indelible mark on our hearts and minds, we begin to see that life is not just a long, forgettable journey, but a series of peaks and valleys that ultimately lead us towards a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. From a psychological perspective, there are a few different factors that contribute to why life can seem forgettable for many people. One factor is that we tend to become desensitized to our everyday experiences over time. As we go through our daily routines, our brains begin to filter out the mundane details of our surroundings, leaving us with a more generalized and abstract sense of our environment. This can make it difficult to remember specific details or experiences from our daily lives. Additionally, it's important to recognize that our brains are wired to prioritize negative experiences over positive ones. This is known as the negativity bias, and it means that we tend to remember unpleasant or challenging moments more vividly than positive ones. As a result, it can feel like the majority of our experiences are forgettable or negative, even if this isn't necessarily the case. Another reason why the peaks of our lives can seem short-lived is that they often involve intense emotional experiences that are difficult to sustain over long periods. For example, falling in love, achieving a long-term goal, or experiencing a significant life event like a graduation or wedding can all create intense feelings of happiness and fulfillment, but these emotions are unlikely to last indefinitely. Over time, we may find that the intensity of these experiences fades, and we return to a more mundane or ordinary existence. To expand on the psychological perspective, research has shown that the human brain has a limited capacity to process and remember information. This means that we are constantly filtering out extraneous details and focusing only on what is most relevant to our current goals and interests. As we go about our daily routines, our brains begin to automate many of the processes involved, making it easier for us to complete tasks without having to consciously think about them. This process of automation can lead to a kind of mental numbness, where we become less aware of our surroundings and less engaged with the world around us. In addition to this, research has shown that the way we encode and store memories is heavily influenced by our emotional state at the time of the experience. When we are experiencing strong emotions, such as fear or pleasure, our brains release a range of neurotransmitters and hormones that help to enhance the encoding and retrieval of memories associated with those experiences. This can help to explain why we are more likely to remember emotionally charged experiences, both positive and negative, than more neutral ones. There are a number of studies and papers that explore the psychology of memory and the factors that contribute to our ability to remember and forget experiences. Some examples include The Adaptive Nature of Memory for Everyday Events by Jody Quass and Robin Fivush. This paper explores how our ability to remember everyday events is shaped by our goals and motivations. The authors argue that memory serves an adaptive function, allowing us to use past experiences to guide future behavior. They suggest that memories of everyday events are particularly important for this function, as they provide us with a rich source of information about the world around us. The paper presents a number of studies that demonstrate how factors such as emotional salience, self-relevance, and social context can all influence our ability to remember everyday events. Another paper on the same subject matter is the experience sampling method, measuring the quality of everyday life by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi and Judith Lefevre. This paper introduces the experience sampling method, ESM, a research technique that allows researchers to study people's experiences in their natural environments. The paper explains how the ESM works, and presents a number of studies that have used this technique to explore topics such as mood, attention, and motivation. The authors argue that the ESM provides a valuable tool for studying the quality of everyday life, and can help researchers to better understand the factors that contribute to our overall well-being. Now let us take a look at these phenomena from a philosophical perspective. From a philosophical perspective, the question of why life seems to be forgettable is one that touches on some of the fundamental questions of human existence. For example, it raises questions about the nature of memory, the relationship between experience and identity, and the ultimate purpose of human life. One philosophical take on the matter is that the forgettable nature of life is a necessary component of our human experience. Without the ebb and flow of ordinary experiences, we would not be able to appreciate the moments of peak experience that stand out in our memories. Similarly, the impermanence of life is what gives it meaning, as it forces us to confront the reality of our own mortality and appreciate the fleeting nature of all things. Another philosophical perspective is that the forgettable nature of life is an illusion that we create for ourselves. In this view, our everyday experiences are just as meaningful and valuable as the moments of peak experience, but we fail to recognize this because we are too focused on the future or the past. By learning to live fully in the present moment, we can begin to appreciate the richness and beauty of everyday life and find meaning in even the most forgettable moments. Some philosophers who have explored these questions include Martin Heidegger. Heidegger was a 20th century German philosopher who is known for his work on the nature of being and existence. He argued that human beings are fundamentally forgetful beings, and that this forgetfulness is what allows us to engage with the world around us in a meaningful way. According to Heidegger, we are able to forget the everyday details of our existence because we are focused on larger questions about the meaning and purpose of our lives. Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche was a 19th century German philosopher who is known for his work on morality and the human condition. He argued that the forgettable nature of life is what gives it meaning, as it allows us to appreciate the moments of peak experience that stand out in our memories. According to Nietzsche, the impermanence of life is what makes it worth living, as it forces us to confront the reality of our own mortality and appreciate the fleeting nature of all things. Jean-Paul Sartre. Sartre was a 20th century French philosopher who is known for his work on existentialism and the nature of human freedom. He argued that the forgettable nature of life is an illusion that we create for ourselves, and that we are always free to create meaning in our lives. According to Sartre, we must accept the impermanence of life and the inevitability of our own mortality in order to fully embrace our freedom and find meaning in the present moment. So folks, what can we conclude from this? Philosophical and psychological perspectives offer an insight to what we can conclude in that the forgettable nature of life is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. It is influenced by our brain's tendency to filter out mundane details and our negativity bias, as well as our philosophical perspectives on the nature of existence and the meaning of life. However, we can also take away some lessons from these perspectives. One lesson is that we should strive to live fully in the present moment and appreciate the richness and beauty of everyday life, rather than constantly striving for peak experiences or dwelling on the past or future. Another lesson is that impermanence is a fundamental aspect of life that can give it meaning, as it forces us to confront the reality of our own mortality and appreciate the fleeting nature of all things. Ultimately, we can learn to find meaning in both the forgettable moments and the peak experiences of our lives, by cultivating a sense of presence and appreciation for the richness of the world around us. This can help us to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives, even in the face of life's impermanence and forgettable nature. So there you go folks, thanks for joining us on Such Is Life channel for this brief thought experiment. We hope that you have enjoyed exploring the mysteries and complexities of life and philosophy with us. Remember, life is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth, and there is always more to learn and discover. We encourage you to continue thinking deeply about the big questions in life and to seek out new experiences and perspectives that can help you to grow and evolve. We look forward to sharing more insights and ideas with you on future episodes of Such Is Life. If you like the content, we would love to hear your comments below, and remember to have a healthy discussion so we all can benefit together. We would appreciate it if you could share, like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be updated with our upcoming thought-provoking discussions on this channel. One small gesture from you means the world to us as we try to navigate our own YouTube life. Until next time guys, take care and keep exploring the mysteries of life.